P.2quared journal entry 9. So we're gonna try to restart one more time. No, we're not gonna try to restart. Trying is failing with honor. We do not fail with honor. We do, or we don't do. There is no try. We do, or we do not do, and we are going to do. So, this is where we are. About 6 months ago, I tried to get back on track with what I know I need to accomplish in life. But 6 months ago, I was still very much in a very poor emotional spot, just due to the fact that I had lost almost everyone I had known in my life. My former life, I basically only had my immediate family. And so I tried to get back on the ball, and it did not happen. But life is too short to not get up and try again. I went from knowing thousands and thousands of people to basically only having my immediate family and a few friends. And that is a very traumatic event if you ever have the unfortunate reality of going through that. Only problem is life is short, and we don't have a lot of time to sit around and be in pain. So it's time to get up. It's time to not try again, but actually get on the ball and accomplish it. Because you never know when it's all going to end. It's been 22 days now since my mother passed away due to complications from her third time fighting coronavirus in 3 years. The third time she didn't make it through. And that shows me just how delicate we all are and how fragile life is. And there's not really anything more important than doing what you love and being with the people that you love. And I've had the rare opportunity to be with the people that I love, but I've been so hurt by losing so many people that I loved that I haven't been doing what I loved. And from this day forward, I'm changing all of that. There are several things in my life that are presenting huge obstacles and difficulties to accomplishing the things I want to accomplish, but I'm not going to let that hold me back from giving it my all. So anyone who knows me in the past, knows that I have been obsessed with science almost since I was in middle school. So I am getting back to it. I have decided that I'm going to spend the next 10 years becoming the most informed scientist and engineer that I can possibly be. Even though I'm 30, never been to college. So now I'm going back to college, and I'm basically planning on spending the next 8 to 10 years just studying physics and engineering so that I can accomplish the things I want to accomplish. And not so that I can go in and work for somebody, but I plan on also just through various business ventures having enough money to build the companies I want to build so that I can build the widgets that I want to build, for lack of a better word. So here's the plan of the next 10 years. I have about 800 hours of online courses that should give me a firm educational footing again. Because when you have been out of school for 12 years, you should probably spend some time getting caught up on all the stuff that you really didn't pay attention to in high school before you go and start jumping into college. So I'm going to spend the next year studying, getting back up to speed on maths, getting a pre-study of engineering, getting a pre-study of physics, learning code. I'm going to learn all the codes that I possibly can. That's a lie. I'm going to learn 3: Python, C++, and Java. Java 11, I believe, is the one I specifically have coursework on. And I'm going to spend the 800 hours this year studying those things, so that by the time I actually do get into the university I want to get into, I won't be behind the ball. So that'll it's gonna be fun. all that time, all that coursework. By the time I get into university, it might actually be easier than what I had been putting myself through. And also because I've been so obsessed with the sciences and so obsessed with physics, I have so many of my own thought processes on how the universe actually works. So it's going to be important for me over the next few months in this journal to document what I believe before I actually get technical professional training, and so that I can compare my thoughts as a layman in the sciences to my thoughts after I actually have been professionally trained to operate as somebody who's qualified to make the sort of insane claims that I make all the time about what I believe. So the aim of my career is going to be to graduate with a master's in space systems engineering. I bought a course on systems engineering from one of the professors at Johns Hopkins University, and that was the most amazing course I think I've ever seen before in my life. I absolutely fell in love because it's a course about everything that I do naturally. I didn't realize that naturally I'm a systems engineer, and so if there is a course out there that's teaching the way I think naturally, which is beautiful. So space systems engineer, the master's degree in that is the aim. I don't know if you can double master, because I don't know very much about college, and I'll get into the details about all of that later for anyone who happens to stumble across this journal that doesn't know the intimate details of my background. But also a master's in particle physics. Elementary particle physics is something that I plan on getting within this 10-year period. So that's gonna be fun. And since aerospace is the thing that I am the most concerned with, I'm also gonna be starting to build my own drones and eventually develop a drone company, so that even before I actually get into building spaceships and rockets and all that stuff, I can already have a solid grounding in aerodynamics and getting things off the ground and keeping them off the ground for extended periods of time. And I think that'll be a good head start to all of the other companies and all of the other systems that I want to develop over the next 20 years. So I'm going to be doing these entries daily, and I've been thinking a lot about the format of how I want to do these entries. Do I want to do these entries as like a daily vlog for everyone else, talking about everything that the people are concerned with? But truthfully, at this point, I'm doing this for future me. I want to look back 10 years from now and watch these videos and go, man, I was so different. And I also want people 10, 20 years from now to look back and say, wow, he started there. And while I'm not outlining my exact situation in this video, I imagine once I've accomplished everything I'm going to accomplish, that people will look at this video and be like, goodness gracious, this man was there, and look at where he is now. And hopefully it'll encourage somebody else who's gone through a similar situation to be able to stand up and push forward with their life, even though they may feel like their life is over. Because life is never over until it's over. As long as you're breathing, you can continue to move forward. So, there we are. Gotta do this for Mom. She's the one that one day out of the blue, I wasn't exactly the best student in high school. But one day out of the blue, she knew. She's like, you should study physics. I had no idea what physics was. But after looking into it, I fell so deeply in love with physics that I actually refused to study any of my other homeschool work because physics was so intriguing. She's the one that took me to the science place in Dallas and Fair Park. So many times when I was a kid, we would go weekly before I started going to school. It was fun to have a mom like that growing up. So she invested a lot of time and energy into me, and I owe it to her. So let's see where we can make it in the next 10, 20 years.